so talking about first time home buyers, a lot of people are going to be coming from renting. How much should they have down when they decide to, buy a home? Let you hear the standard, there's first time home buyer loans, I guess, that are 3.5%, but you should put down 20% to avoid, insurance, additional costs. Like, tell us a little bit about that.
Gotcha. So back in the day, 20% was normal. Everyone put down 20% to buy their first home. Things have changed. The buyer profile has changed. I mean, a lot of us, if you look at our generation, we have a lot of student loan debt, so we can't put down 20%. So 20% gets rid of your PMI, which is private mortgage insurance. Which anytime you put less than that, it's basically an insurance policy to help to insure that loan. There's 0% down. So depending on where you're buying at, so Dade City qualifies for what's called a USDA loan, which is 0% finance. I'm sorry, 100% financing, 0% down.
Okay.
There's also programs 3%, 3.5%, 5%. It all depends on what your financial situation is. I can't say one is better than the other. But yes, it's about your financial situation. Like personally for me, so I just bought a condo here in Ybor. I put 5% down. The reason why I didn't do more is because I had renovations that I needed to do. And I was like,
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
a lot of cash. Like I ripped out my kitchen, I redid the bathrooms, I did, a lot of new fixtures. So I mean, that it added up. So that's one of the reasons why I decided to put 5% down, just so I could save some cash so I can do all my renovations. But it varies from person to person, to be quite honest.
Yeah, I get it. So, along with that, with money down, when should somebody stop renting and start buying? I mean, yeah, I think it comes up, one of probably the biggest fear is monetarily, like everybody's like, I got to save 20%. So, when should you stop renting, or when is it, when should that happen rather?
Gotcha. So honestly, that it varies. But my biggest thing is like, hey, if your rent is, more than what your mortgage could be, why are you renting? Like if there's some opportunities where I understand. So prime example, I have someone that is a travel nurse. I mean, they travel all the time. So I mean, they rent, and plus they're in their contract, they get like a bonus, like a stipend for housing. But if your rent is increasing, in my opinion, and you're ready for it, if you're mature enough, because home ownership, it's not easy. It's a lot that goes into it. Like you're running. I mean, your home is almost a business. Like you have appliances, you have hot water heater, you got to get things maintained. So whenever you're mature enough to own a home and you're ready,
Okay. Yeah,
like
that's interesting.
I say move forward. And it's not like, don't think, I try to tell my first time home buyers, don't think you got to have like 50 grand. There's
Yeah,
the,
and I think that's what a lot of people think. Like they like, I need 40 or 50 grand. I'm trying to keep up with what I got going on, but it seems like, you can have a couple $1,000s even sometimes and be okay for a very nice first home.
yeah. So the deal I closed yesterday, right? I represented the sellers, and I see, I see the HUD or the closing statement. This buyer, his closing costs, what he brought to the table was $1,700. He did a USDA loan,
Okay.
100% financing. 1,700 bucks was what
And he
his,
got a home.
and he got a home.
There you go. I
I
mean,
don't know what his
that's
mortgage
awesome.
is, but I'm sure his mortgage is, under
Yeah,
a
pretty
thousand
crazy.
bucks, I'm sure. I mean,
Okay.
they're giving away houses out here, Kevin. That's
Yeah,
that's how
they're
it is.
giving them away. So yeah, that's funny. What should you look for? Obviously, if you're in an area outside of Florida that Realtor Sherman doesn't cover, what should you look for in an agent? That you're planning on hiring to house. What kind of questions should you ask? Because a lot of people, it's like, hey, I got this friend or somebody in my BNI group, and they kind of do it like part time, or So what should they look for?
So first of all, they can call Realtor Sherman, and Realtor Sherman can refer them to an agent.
Well, there you go.
But
Number one.
if not, so definitely you want to find out how long that agent's been in the business. You
Okay.
want to find out how many transactions that they close. And nothing against new agents. I was a new agent myself and I didn't know anything. But the newer agents, it may take them a little longer. They may not be as good as negotiating, and they may not be as connected. Like, so prime example, I've been selling for 5 years. I know the Dade City market. I have tons of agent friends. When we're closing a transaction, if something comes up, it's not about, we don't fight. We pick up the phones like, yo, what's up? What needs to happen to get this deal done? And we'll meet in the middle. But yeah, how long they've been in the business, how many transactions they close. Make sure that they do real estate, I hate to say it, full time, because
Okay.
if you have a part-time agent, most likely they work a Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. And it's going to be tough to get in contact with them if they need something. And the wool's always rolling in real estate. So I mean, I may get a phone call at 8 a.m. I may get a phone call at 8 p.m. because I'm reachable. I make my businesses able to be
Yeah, I
successful.
get it.
So those
So
are a few
yeah,
things I would definitely look out for.
yeah, it's important. I mean, and I'm sure you've taken, especially with today's market, that I'm glad you brought that up. That's probably so important because if you don't have somebody that's full time working during the week, and if a property comes up on Sunday, it's probably going to be gone by Wednesday, I imagine, right? Or
Yes.
pretty
Yeah.
quickly anyway. So if you got somebody that's only a Saturday and Sunday agent, you could miss out on a lot. It sounds like.
Absolutely. And part-time agents, it's nothing against them. It's just they're part-time agents. You want someone that's full-time that you can reach 24/7 essentially.
Okay, nice, nice. And then, we'll kind of wrap things up a little bit, but I have to hear, a horror story. I need some type of difficult client, difficult transaction. I need something juicy,
Let me think real quick. You got me on this one,
and
Kevin.
it better not be about me.
Yeah, no, your transaction was great. A horror story. Let's see. Um, let's see. Horror story. All right, let's talk about this one. Sold a house in Dade City, built in 19. I hate that I have to even bring this up. All right, so the house was built in 1940. So this is why not. I'm gonna say it. So not all agents are created equally. So
Okay.
house built in 1940. Probably shouldn't even say where the house was. We did inspections. Everything was fine. There were some issues that got taken care of. Since the house was built so the house was so old, back in the day, the house had cloth tubing, I think it's called, or cloth wiring, which is very, very, it's dangerous. It's flammable. Insurance companies will not insure your home if you have that wiring in the house. The disclosure said that it was taken care of. Was this a rehab? I want to say this. No, I'm sorry, it wasn't a rehab, but the agent did a lot of the rehabbing because the agent had a crew.
Mm-hmm.
The doorbell went out, right? Doorbell went out, and so my customers called an electrician out to fix the doorbell, and the electrician's like, I ain't touching that. You got cloth wiring. Like, he was like, no, cloth
Wow.
wiring is taken care of. He was like, no, like, I can't do that. There's cloth wiring. Long story short, my customer called the electrician. There was some shady business that went on.
Okay.
There was a receipt. There was a receipt as well showing that the work hadn't been done.
Oh no.
My customer's an attorney as well. So you already know how that
Yeah,
went.
we don't those attorneys, man, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, so needless to say, he got everything taken care of at no charge. But that's been like my biggest horror story after closing.
So did they end up actually getting it taken care of, I guess?
Yes, yes, they got it taken care of.
Yeah, so I mean that and that's you're not going to see that with a one of these iBuy services. All of a sudden somebody just makes these sketchy repairs, and then it's just like whatever, and then you walk up on the first day to move into your house and you touch a doorbell that you probably shouldn't touch. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, thank you so much for taking the time. Last but not least, where can people find you?
So folks can find me on Facebook and Instagram, but I'm typically on Instagram all the time. If you love to eat, definitely follow me, S Milton III. I love to check out cool places here in Tampa, in the Tampa Bay area, in Pasco County. So that's where they can find me.
So it's just for clarification, your Instagram handle is going to be on the right side of the screen for me. So it's going to be SMILTON third, the number 3 RD. So definitely go give Sherman a follow. I can't thank you enough. I appreciate it. Episode 1 in the books. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe. And if you have any questions about real estate, Sherman's your guy. Thank you. Stay well, everybody.
Appreciate it. Peace.